Good morning, children. How are you? Children, we have done the first part of the Glimpses of India the previous day. Today we will do the second part, that is Coorg. Coorg is a coffee country and famous for its rainforests and spices. Midway between Mysore and the coastal town of Mangalore sits a piece of heaven that must have drifted from the kingdom of God. Now, if you visit from Mysore towards the coastal town of Mangalore, then you will find Coorg. And Coorg is a piece of heaven that must have drifted from the kingdom of God. Though it is a piece of land, but actually all the attributes of heaven is there with this land. As in our imagination, the best place is heaven. And as if from the land of God, from heaven, a small piece of land has got drifted away and has come and fallen on the land. Though it's a piece of land, but it's actually a piece of heaven. This land of rolling hills is inhabited by a proud race of martial men, beautiful women, and wild creatures. We will come to its natural beauty, that is, nature has its bounty over there. Not only that, the men, those who are there, the inhabitants, they are martial, which is expected a man should be. Beautiful women. A women should be most beautiful, and you will get the most beautiful women over there. And the creatures are wild creatures. So, along with nature, this part of nature is also accentuating the beauty and the interest of the place. What is the name of that place? Place is Coorg or Kodagu, the smallest district of Karnataka. The smallest district of Karnataka is home to evergreen rainforests, spices, and coffee plantations. So it is the home for evergreen rainforests. You know what is evergreen rainforest? That is forests that are fed by the rain. So evergreen rainforests are there. Spices, enough spices are there, good spices, and coffee plantations. Very tempting coffee plantation is there in Coorg. Evergreen rainforests cover 30% of this district. So when 30% is covered with rainforest, that means mostly the land remains green. 30% remains green throughout the year. And during the monsoon, it pours enough to keep many visitors away. When it is the months of monsoon, the downpour is so heavy that the visitors cannot visit because they have to remain confined at home only. They cannot go and visit anywhere. So that is why that it keeps the visitors away during these months of monsoon. The weather is perfect with some showers the season of joy commences from September and continues till March. When the monsoon is over, September, and before it starts till March, the place is very enjoyable. The visitors must visit this place during this time. So if you suggest anyone to visit Coorg, mention that this is the best interesting time to visit the place. That is the most interesting time to visit the place, because the weather is perfect at this time, with some showers thrown in for good measure. The air breathes of invigorating coffee. See, think, you are moving and you are getting the smell of coffee in the place. Oh my God, really tempting. Coffee estates and colonial bungalows stand tucked under tree canopies in prime corners. They are all covered by the tree canopies. The bungalows are there, and in this type of coffee estates, there you will get these bungalows. The fiercely independent people of Coorg are possibly of Greek or Arabic descent. Now let us go back to the history of the place. If we look back to the history of the place, it is imagined or it is expected that actually this fiercely independent people of Coorg people are are differently fearful and independent than the men of the rest part of India. So possibly they belong to the Greek or Arabic descent. They have descended from Greece, means people of Greece or Arabia. As one story goes, the first story why they are assumed to be the Grecian race, because a part of Alexander's army moved south along the coast and settled here when return became impractical. Now, when Alexander the Great, the king from Macedonia, Greece, he invaded India. By that time, his army became very weak. You know the history. So, and as they fought continuously towards the middle of India, they became very tired, fighting, tiredness of the war for such a long time, the weather. They became very tired and almost they revolted not to move any further. So they found it to be, when return became impractical, they found it to be impractical to go back to their own country. So it is imagined, it is taken to granted that they started settling over there. These people married amongst the locals, and their culture is apparent in the martial traditions, marriage, and religious rites, which are distinct from the Hindu mainstream. So now it has got slowly and slowly, as days passed on, the culture has become a hybrid culture, exchange of rites, rituals, customs have become very common now. Now it has become a mixed culture of Hindu based and of Grecian, some Grecian rites also are there. This is the story of the Greece origin. Now the story of the Arab origin. Why it is thought that they are the descendants from Arabia also. The theory of Arab origin draws support from the long black coat with an embroidered vest belt worn by the Kodavus known as kupia. They wore a belt which is very decorated with their dress. They wear a long black coat with an embroidered belt. You can see in the image here, traditional Coorg dress, that is a black long gown type, which with a vest belt embroidered, and it is known as kupia. It resembles the kufia worn by the Arabs and the Kurds. So from there, probably the dress suggests that they might have their origin in Arabia also. So their history is also very rich. Not only the geography, history also is a very traditionally rich history they have. Coorg homes have a tradition of hospitality, and they are more than willing to recount numerous tales of valor related to their sons and fathers. Coorg homes have a tradition of hospitality. Their hospitality is worthy to be mentioned, and they are more than willing to recount numerous tales of valor related to their sons and fathers. Why not? When they have enough story to share with regarding the valors of their fathers and sons in every family, why not would they share with that? So they definitely like to share those numerous stories of valor. The Coorg regiment is one of the most decorated in the Indian army, and the first chief of the Indian army, General Cariappa, was a Coorgi. Even now, Kodavus are the only people in India. Please remember and underline. You don't have to underline, because it's such an interesting line that you will automatically remember that even now Kodavus are the only people in India permitted to carry firearms without a license. Isn't it very interesting? So the people of this land is like this. Now let us come to the geographical features of this place. The river Kaveri obtains its water from the hills and forests of Coorg. Mahasir, a large freshwater fish, abound in these waters. Kingfishers dive for their catch. Different types of fish we find here. The kingfishers dive for their catch while squirrels and langurs drop partially eaten fruit for the mischief of enjoying the splash and the ripple effect in the clear water. Now, it's a very interesting thing that the animals, they also can enjoy the waste of fruits. Remember, animals are very careful. If there was any scarcity of food, they would not do this type of amusement plays. When they are enjoying, or when they can afford to enjoy this game, that to eat the half of the fruit and then throw it in the water to see the splash and the ripple, that is a circle, that small waves that is created. If they can afford to enjoy these by throwing the half eaten fruits, that means there is enough fruit on the trees. That is why the animals can do that. This is actually an implication of the variety of fruits and the amount of fruit that is reserved in this area of Coorg. Splash and the ripple effect in the clear water. Elephants enjoy being bathed and scrubbed in the river by their mahouts. So animals also even enjoy in the nature over there. The most laid-back individuals become converts to the life of high-energy adventure with river rafting, canoeing, rappelling, rock climbing, and mountain biking. Means the most laid-back individuals. I'm down with so much cough and cold, it might disturb you sometimes. I'm sorry for that. The most laid-back individuals, that means the lazy individuals. Say some visitors who have visited, they are lazy. They, in other places when they visit, they want to relax, they want to enjoy their leisure time, sitting in their hotel and gazing to the sky, looking through the window. Even that type of laid-back individual tourists also will convert to the life of high energy adventure with river rafting, canoeing, because these sports pull them, will attract them so much that they would not be able to lay down in their hotel rooms. River rafting, canoeing, rappelling, rock climbing, and mountain biking. Numerous walking trails in this region are a favorite with trekkers. There are different paths for trekking to the different hills. So, professional or amateur, whoever trekkers are there, they would enjoy to trek by these different paths laid down in the different hills of the place. Birds, bees, and butterflies are there to give you company. You will not feel alone. If you are sitting alone without the company of any human being, there are enough to give you company from the nature, that is birds, bees, butterflies. They will constantly go around you by giving you company. Macaws, Malabar squirrels, langurs, and slender lories keep a watchful eye from the tree canopy. They are looking at you. Don't think you are sitting alone. They are looking at you. They are staring from the different corners, maybe hiding behind the trees. They are keeping watch on you. I do, however, prefer to step aside for wild elephants. It will not be very surprising if you see any wild elephant, if you get any wild elephant also over there. Now, the climb to the Brahmagiri hills brings you into a panoramic view of the entire misty landscape of Coorg. Already a misty landscape, which is very interesting, that will be accentuated by the Brahmagiri hills. The climb to the Brahmagiri hills brings you into a panoramic view. If you go up to the hills of the Brahmagiri, from there the whole panoramic view of the place you will enjoy it. A walk across the rope bridge. Remember, it's a rope bridge, not any concrete bridge. It's a bridge made of rope, very close to nature. Not to miss. If you don't want to spoil the nature, this is the best way to bridge the gap. A walk across the rope bridge leads to the 64-acre island of Nisargadhama. If you go to there, Nisargadhama, you have to cross a rope bridge that will lead you to a 64-acre land of Nisargadhama. Running into Buddhist monks from India's largest Tibetan settlement at nearby Bailakuppu is a bonus. Next to Tibet in India, if you want to go to the visit to the biggest, largest Tibetan settlement, you have to go to Bailakuppu. It's a bonus. The monks in red, ochre and yellow robes are amongst the many surprises that wait to be discovered by visitors searching for the heart and soul of India right here in Coorg. So in Coorg, you will get not only all this nature's bounty, not only the people of Coorg, you will get the Buddhists also in Bailakuppu. That is a bonus to you. You will see the Buddhist monks over there, where you can see the heart and soul of India. So this is all about Coorg. And next is how to reach. It is if anyone wants to visit to Coorg, or if you suggest anyone to visit, so these are the ways, by air, by rail, by road, that how you can reach over there. So this is a very interesting place, no doubt. Read it, enjoy it. And if you can plan to visit after your board exam is over, after this pandemic is over, then you can plan for it, because the guidelines are also been given here. So enjoy the chapter, read the chapter nicely, carefully. Read about the beauties of nature over here. Add up, arrange your answer, that how nature has given, it's enough here. First write about the trees, then write about the animals, then write about the human beings of the place. So if you are asked to write about Coorg for your long answer type question, you have to explain it in 3 different forms. First you explain nature, then you explain trees, etc. What are the trees that we'll get, what type of plantation is there, what are the rivers there that you can get, what are the mountains you will get. First one passage you write that. Second passage you write about the animals, what are the animals and how do they behave, that you write. And finally you write about the people of Coorg. Then your answer will be complete about Coorg. Okay, children? So for now, bye and practice your answers. Okay? Goodbye.